So you have seen that inheritance is a good thing. It prevents code duplication and allows us to reuse code. For example, here we have this bird class that inherits from the animal. So it inherits all the features of this animal class. In this case, we are reusing the eat method here. That's pretty good. However, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And that's very true about inheritance. Because too much inheritance between classes can increase complexity and introduce various kinds of issues. Let me show you an example. Here I'm going to define a class called chicken. Well, a chicken is a bird, so we can inherit it from the bird class. And here I'm going to use the pass statement to define an empty class. So as I've told you before, pass is a statement that doesn't do anything. We just use it to make Python interpreter happy because we cannot have a class without anything in it. We need to have at least one statement. So here we have the pass class. But there is a problem in this code. What is the problem? Well, the chicken class inherits all the features of the bird class, but a chicken cannot fly. So with this implementation, I can create a chicken object and call the fly method on it. So this is an example of inheritance abuse. Another example of inheritance abuse is around the concept of employees. And I've seen that a lot in my career. So some people say, well, an employee is a person, and a person is a living creature, which is a thing, blah, blah, blah. This is what we call multi-level inheritance, which can significantly increase the complexity of your software. To tell you a little story, in one of my previous jobs, we had this consultant and he was charging like $150 an hour or more. And he came up with a huge inheritance hierarchy like this. In fact, 3 times bigger than this. There were so many levels, and he essentially tried to model the entire universe. This is really, really bad. Just because an employee is a person and a person is a living creature in the real world doesn't mean you should have classes like this in your software. The methods you add in your classes are there to solve a business problem. That is the focus of your software. So just because an animal can eat in the real world doesn't mean your animal class should also have the eat method. You got the point, right? So this is multi-level inheritance and you should avoid it at all times. If you want to use inheritance, limit it to 1 or 2 levels. Going beyond that, trust me, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot.